Hello, this is John from the Han Informer, and I have a special guest today. I have Josh from Reaper's Revenge.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Yes. So you definitely had a lot of fun this last season. I have lots of questions for you. So my first question for you is, I know for years you've been a massive fan of Reaper's Revenge. What made you actually be a scare actor this year? Last year.
So, there was a few reasons I've always kind of wanted to, but the thing that held me back was transportation. But once I got that figured out, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to start scaring people. It's a lot of fun being scared. It's something I'm passionate about. I like being scared, so just scaring people is a really good time.
Awesome. So what was your best scare in the 2021 haunt season?
There was actually quite a few though. Like since I was a chainsaw actor, it wasn't too hard to get some good scares. But like the way my thing was laid out is there was an animatronic that would pop off, and that would cue me to rev up my chainsaw. So it was like a jump scare that would push people into me. There was a few people that I chased all the way to pitch black, which was awesome. Uh, there was this one guy who almost it looked like he wanted to square up and fight me. Like I scared him that bad, and there was some people I made fall. A lot of people fell, so it's hard to pick one. There were so many good ones.
How many characters did you get to play in Sector 13? Because I saw you the night I went, and I saw you as a security guard.
Yep. So those are my two. I had my character I created, which I named Ember, which is a I pretty much used the whole off season to create the character. Like I came up with a backstory, and that it was he was a kid who burned alive in Norway, part of the Norwegian black metal scene, and that's something I really like is Norwegian black metal. So I was like, I could be someone that I kind of know, and it would just it would take up my level of immersion a bit, and it did, and it helped. And then there was the security guard for sector up at the top. Those were my two this year.
Cool. So I think you said on messaging, you said you were getting like trained that night. You're like getting cross-trained or something. And
Mm.
I'm curious, how did it feel going through the scare school and auditioning? What was that like?
So there was quite a few where I was nervous. Like there was a lot of things we had to do where we would like scream in front of people, do your best zombie impression and stuff. And like I could do metal vocals, so like it wasn't the hardest thing in the world, but it was still a little bit nerve-wracking to do it in front of like 60, 70, 80 people. But after the first class of it, like I built up and I wasn't as nervous the next time. It was a lot of fun. It was really, really fun, just nerve-wracking.
So how did it work? Were you just introduced and they said, here, the new people, how the veterans work with you, or how did that work?
So yeah, everyone there would introduce themselves every actor class. Like people would go in two different rows straight across from each other. We would like scream at each other, blah, blah, whatever they wanted us to do. And then at the end of that, we would walk between the two rows and with another person that was standing across from you. And you and that person would introduce yourself and say a few facts about yourself. And yeah, to answer your other question, there was veteran actors who would help us with a lot of the skits and stuff like that.
Now, did you want to go to Sector 13 immediately? Did you audition for other places for the property, or did you have your mind set on Sector 13?
I actually didn't care where I went. I just wanted to be a chainsaw actor because that's my biggest fear is chainsaws. So what I said to Steve, who was my boss of sector, was I want to inflict my biggest fear on others, and that really caught his eye, and he liked it. So yeah.
Nice. Are you planning on being a scare actor again in 2022?
Oh yeah, 100%. I want to keep going back and back. I actually posted on the Reaper's family page earlier today how I miss it, and a lot of people agree. So yeah, I'm definitely be back.
So you're going to go back to Sector?
I don't know where I'll be, but I still want to be a chainsaw actor, but probably sector.
Okay, because I know they mix it up. They have Reaper's Revenge doesn't actually have that many chainsaw actors. They have There's like the ones on the hayride, and there's like Sector, and that's pretty much it. And then
Yep.
Pitch Black with like the fences, which is super awesome. So that could be interesting if you did like Pitch Black one night.
Oh yeah, my best friend actually is the chainsaw actor there. It was both of our first years last year, and it was awesome that we both got to do what we wanted. We would have like personal competitions every night, see who could get the most scares and stuff. Really help each other out.
Nice. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So since you were talking about music, I'm definitely going to ask you about this. What is your like hype music that get you in the mood to be a scare actor for the night?
So for last season of Reapers, it was a band called Mayhem most of the time, and my all-time favorite band, which is Lorna Shore. I'm actually wearing Lorna Shore Windbreaker right now because I'm cold. So yeah, those two are my go-tos, but a lot of metal.
Nice, nice. So you've been to lots of haunted attractions for sure. And other than Reaper's Revenge, what would you say are your favorites for that?
Uh, Number one would be Field of Screams for sure. I enjoy it so much there. Like the atmosphere reminds me of when I was going to Reapers a lot when I was younger. Like it just has this kind of family feel, and I really like that whole vibe. It's just like feeling like you're one with where you're at. So Field of Screams, and I like Penhurst Asylum as well.
When was the last time you went to Penhurst?
This year, this year.
Oh, you did?
Yep, it was
Yeah.
my first time.
Oh, yeah? That was your first time? All right, cool. I went in 2020 and I thought it was really cool.
Oh yeah, it is like the really cool sets.
Yeah, especially the one area with like the test tubes, like the giant people in them. That was insane.
Okay. I like Lehigh Valley Scream Park a lot. Forgot to mention them. They're pretty underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted to go to them last year, but I did a whole bunch of other stuff, but I definitely want to go there this year. My friend, Glenn from
Yep.
Fall Informer and everything. Glenn loves it there. He said it was so much fun. So
It
I did.
was one attraction. I forget what it's called because it was my first time going, but it was honestly the scariest walkthrough I ever went in. I think it was called Condemned, I believe.
Oh, the
Yeah.
house.
Yep. It terrified me.
Glenn said it was terrifying. The second level. He said you had to go in the attic. And he said there's a
Yep.
really scary girl up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So what haunts would you like to go in the future when you're not scare acting? Where would you like to go?
Number one, Dead End Hayride in Minnesota. That's one that after I watched The House is October Built and I saw they went there for the movie, and I just like kind of remembered what happened in the movie, and like I would kind of look back on that. Like if I were to be there, I would look back on the movie and know that like people were getting stalked from people from that attraction, and even though it didn't actually happen, but like it would just add this level of extra intensity for me, and I would really like that. Dead End.
Yeah. So what else? Just the dead end or any other ones?
Uh, Man, there's a few other ones. I can't think of the name though. Oh, Halls of Horror one for sure. And there's one other one. It's a really big one, but I can't put my finger on it. And
Do you know about Haunted Overload? Because they look amazing.
I've heard of them, and I'm pretty sure I've seen you talk about them on your channel. But besides that, I don't know much.
Okay. Definitely check out their Instagram. It's worth looking at.
Will do. Will do.
So now we're going to talk about the new Scream movie, and Josh just told me he's seen it 4 times. This is crazy. So you obviously enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite franchise of all time.
Oh yeah, Scream?
Yep.
What would you say is your favorite kill in that movie?
Of the new one,
Yeah, new one.
as much as it pains me to say this, Dewey's.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh no.
Like that kill was awesome, and like when they said it's an honor afterward, that hit home for me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like it's an honor. Oh
I was,
man. I was happy when I found out from the Easter eggs. I didn't know it going in. I knew it was going to be tributed to Wes Craven. It was going to be a farewell to him and it say for Wes. but I didn't know during the party for the character Wes, that was actually an homage to him. I didn't know that until I read Easter eggs. So that made me happy.
Oh yeah, that was a good little use of that for sure.
And I totally expected the part where he was calling the guy near the shower. And he's talked about Psycho. I totally expected him to kill him either in the shower or near the shower. And he didn't. He killed him by the front door.
Yep.
So, and that was pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, that kill was brutal. That whole scene had a lot of misdirects, like whether that was him opening the fridge and the music amping up, or like he was in some sort of drawer too, and the same thing happened. It was a lot of fake outs, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, definitely. And they definitely did justice for the Ghostface character. He's still crazy and comes after people. So
Oh,
I really love the posters too. Posters are awesome. I actually got a free poster, the one I post on Instagram. I actually got that for free at the movie theater.
that's awesome, man. That's
So,
awesome. I want myself.
did you get one?
Nope.
Oh
Planning on.
man. Man, 4 times and you still haven't gotten one? Man, that stings. They just had them on a table, a whole bunch of them. I just took one.
Oh wow. I might be have any.
No? Oh man. Oh man. So other than that sequence we just talked about, what were your favorite sequences of the whole movie?
Uh One of them would be the opening scene. I feel like that rivals the first one, but I'd give the edge to the first one. But those two, in my opinion, are the top two opening scenes from the Scream franchise. Like, I thought it was awesome. Like, they had Jenna Ortega doing a lot of things that Drew Barrymore did in the first one, whether that be her like pulling up the knife and like looking at it with her arms crossed, like the first one. It's just like it felt like a huge present for like huge fans like myself. Like that scene, oh man, I loved it.
Mhm.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely. And I thought I was interested by the marketing because the marketing kind of made it look like Sydney was going to be in it more. And I'd expected to see her a lot more like she was in Scream 4, but she was kind of a supporting character. She wasn't the main character this time around. So,
yeah.
so what do you think of that? Seeing Sydney not being the main character, being more of a supporting character. What do you think of that?
I mean, to me, it's like they're kind of trying to put an end to an era, and like I'm for it because she's kind of getting up there in age, and like she wouldn't want her character to die without Wes Craven directing it, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
like, it's best if they kind of make her ride off in the sunset rather than kill her because a lot of fans would go absolutely berserk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
They kill the main character with Sydney. Oh
and
man.
new directors would probably get death threats from people. Like, I
Well,
feel like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I feel like people would take it that far, but like, I would hate to see Sydney die, but I like the new set of characters.
So what do you think of the twist of the two killers instead of one again?
Uh, I was expecting a third, actually. I was expecting two
Really?
kill mastermind. Yeah, that's what I was expecting going into this. And have you seen the first one?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen all of them.
So I don't know if you know, but in Scream 3, Stumacher was supposed to be the mastermind, but they scrapped that
Oh,
because
no, I
of
didn't know
Colin.
that.
Like the whole thing was like Stu was going to be like this cult leader and mastermind of all these killings. Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson wanted to do that, but scrapped it because of Columbine. So like I was thinking,
Oh,
since they're returning back to Stu's house, this will be when they make him return. And I was like, I was just hoping for it so bad, man. But yeah, I love the two killers. I feel like Amber's personality in the movie was a little bit like static. Like she always had like an angry face and was kind of attitude to everybody, you know. But her reveal was awesome. Like her reveal's up there for me. She went crazy at the end.
yeah. And they were
Right?
like, yeah, we're going to take it seriously. We're going to kill one of the main characters. Talking
Oh
about
yeah.
Billy. So, what other aspects did you like about that? Like, what did you think of the scares? Like, what do you think about the different kills? Like, what other ones stood out to you?
Uh, this wasn't exactly a kill, but when they had Mindy on the couch, uh, doing what her uncle did in the first movie, like behind you, he's behind you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
that's great.
that was awesome for me. That stood out a lot. I love Mindy's character. She was great. Kills. Hmm. Wes Hicks, like you were mentioning before, that was a great kill. Judy too, even like in broad daylight as soon as she gets home. Like,
Yeah, I didn't expect her to get killed in broad daylight because I thought somebody would be like, "Oh no!" And it was like, "Nope."
yeah, nobody was there. I was a little confused on that, and still
It's like
am.
what confused me the most about that is that she's a police officer and she didn't and she knew something bad was happening and knew Ghostface was talking to her and she didn't bring a gun to the house.
Yeah, yeah, that was a
I
little
was
weird
like,
too.
why didn't she bring a gun to the house?
Like the door opened, she grabbed a kitchen knife. I was like, you're a sheriff.
Yeah, that was questionable, but saw what happened to her. So
Oh
um
yeah,
yeah, so and have you seen Halloween Kills? Did you see the new one?
I did.
So what do you think of that? A lot of people are torn on it.
I am on the side of not really liking it so much.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Evil
I
dies tonight.
and why people like it a lot. I just feel like it kind of, I don't know. The flashback scenes were amazing.
Yes, they
Like
did really good job with that.
those were awesome to me. But I just felt like that mob running around the whole time that kind of ruined the movie for me. But I can't like hate the whole movie for that. There was other things too, but yeah, just things like that. Wasn't the biggest fan, but it wasn't bad in my opinion.
Yeah. It's definitely better than some of the Halloween sequels, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely say I liked Halloween 2018 more.
Oh yeah. Me
When
too.
that
That was
set that up.
for sure.
Yeah. Because there was all kinds of great Easter eggs and things in that one. And like they made Sartain the new Loomis. So
That was interesting, but I wish they had some Loomis flashbacks. That would
yes.
have been. I love Dr. Loomis.
Did you hear the story about Loomis being in Howling Kills? Because
No, actually,
I know how they did that. They actually did that. One of that guy was actually one of the crew members that just happened to be working on the movie, and they wanted to have Loomis in the movie. And they're like, "Wow, you look almost exactly like him, like Donald Pleasance." And then they did some custom makeup for his face and put it on, and he looked just like him.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't CGI; it was an actual actor.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that fun fact, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing."
Oh yeah.
So they did really good makeup effects for that. And they something they did do that I enjoyed in both Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills was having the spectacle of the kills after he kills them and like sets them up.
Hmm.
It's like he did in the original. So
I didn't notice that actually. That's
no,
cool to know.
like he puts the remember he put the bodies with the different silver shamrock masks on the jungle gym. Remember that?
In the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, in 2018, he carved after he killed one of the cops, he carved his face like a pumpkin, put a flashlight by the bottom of it.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
Yep. So
Yeah,
they kept the spectacle tradition alive.
yeah. I've seen those movies once and I'm not like super educated in Halloween, so like my opinion isn't the most like up to date, I guess. But yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to look out for that next time.
Are you gonna see the new one, How It Ends, that's gonna come out this year?
Definitely.
Definitely.
100.
Because I think that's a weird movie to do, like the second one out of a trilogy. Like you can't kill the main characters because there's another one. So it's just that weird chapter in between the three, I mean. So it's kind of like you don't really know what to do with it. So because I found out from behind the scenes, I actually bought it on Blu-ray and I listened to the commentary with the director, David Gordon Green, Judy Greer, and Jamie Lee Curtis on it. And they were talking about the whole mob thing was about mob mentality and how everybody's just following along instead of thinking on their own. So that was the whole thing behind that. So
Interesting.
yeah, that's the whole reason why they did that. And what any upcoming horror movies you want to see or anything in the haunt industry you would like to see in the future?
Something for the like horror movies, I'm not really like too big of a fan. I stick to a few franchises. But as for the haunt industry, um I feel like it'd be really cool to have a haunted roller coaster at a place like Reapers or Field of Screams. Like before they announced Delirium, I thought it was going to be a roller coaster. I don't know what. I
That would have been sweet. Have like a creepy dark ride.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man. I would really like to see that. I think they're actually working on things like that. They already have some dark rides that are interactive. Like they have
Mhm.
ones where it can looks like you're like instead of shooting cartoon characters, you're shooting ghosts. They have ones like that already. And there's a lot of stuff they're working on with VR too that looks really interesting. So
And yeah, VR is crazy.
yeah, have you
Oh,
played those VR horror games?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. I played one years ago. It's insane.
they are still really real. I watched a Halloween video, like a Michael Myers Halloween VR thing. That was actually terrifying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like seeing Michael right behind me like that in real life. Well, not real life, but virtual life. It was terrifying.
I think I did one where I was like tied to a chair and like things were crawling on me like spiders and things. So that was super crazy.
Yeah, that's tense.
Yeah, I think at the haunt attraction Fear Factory out in Salt Lake City, they actually have an interactive like special VR haunted house where you have to go through it with VR goggles, I think, and try to find your way out of it. It's a pretty crazy concept, but they do it. They did
Jeez,
they did it years ago. So yeah.
sounds awful.
Yeah, I definitely go out and check that out. I actually drove past that. I was actually over in Salt Lake City years ago and I saw it. I was like, that has to be a haunted house. And I looked it up and it was. So, because they have this giant building, it's this giant previous factory, and they have all kinds of cool graffiti on the metal and everything. It's really interesting.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Yeah. So, there's just so many haunts out there because Glenn asked me in one of the episodes, like, what haunts do you want to go to? And it's like, I named off like 12 in like a couple minutes. So there's just so many I'd like to go to. And Dead End's on the list too. I follow them on Instagram. They do a really good job. They do like weekly like makeup designs. They ask their makeup artists to do different things and people vote on the polls on Instagram. And then the makeup artists do the different makeups on actors. So
It's awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
I want to go bad.
Yeah, I was happy to see that in the movie because I've seen a couple videos on YouTube about it, and then I saw it in House of October too. So I thought that was interesting. I definitely have to watch the Hell House movie. I've heard that was actually filmed at the Waldorf State of Fear.
Huh.
So that's like
Oh,
a haunted house horror movie. So I definitely have to check that out.
oh yeah. Yeah, I like that movie. Hell House.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? What do you
Mhm.
think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. Little confusing at times. I haven't seen it since I was probably like 17 or so, like
Oh,
two,
okay.
3 years. But I don't remember too much. I just remember like, yeah, I always like movies that are based at like a haunted attraction.
Because I know tons and tons of years ago, Field of Screams was going to do a horror movie about Field of Screams. They even made a trailer and everything years and
What?
years ago. Yes, you
That
can find it on the internet,
they should
and it never happened.
they do that. That sounds. I would love to watch that. I would watch that all off season.
Yes, yeah, totally. Because they have lots of cool promotional stuff too.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, I really like all the videos Kelly was doing for Reaper's Revenge, where he's like doing different things with puzzles and all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
So.
Kelly's a guy. I love Kelly.
So, did you get to go to like a banquet where everybody meets up and gets different awards for their acting for the year? Did you get to go to that?
And this is terrible what happened to me, but the last 2 weeks I couldn't do anything because I got COVID. I couldn't work the
Oh
last week.
no. Oh, that
Yep,
stinks.
it does. It really, really does, man. Like it still upsets me I couldn't work closing night, but the first half of the season that I did work, it was a blast. Like I had so much fun. I know it would have just kept getting more fun as the season went on too. But yeah, hopefully next season that's not a factor at all for anybody.
Yeah, hopefully. That mask you got, was that actually a custom commission mask you got? Or was that something Reapers had already?
That was from Haunted Hills. I I picked a mask that I saw on his website and I gave it this big description of like how I want it to look, and he nailed it. Like it's awesome, man. I love that mask so much. I named it Ember. Yeah.
Nice. Now, that costume you're wearing, that jumpsuit, are you going to customize that in the future and put like your character name on and get like patches and things?
I actually that costume is from Reapers themselves,
Oh, okay.
but I do plan on getting like a costume that kind of has like this burnt down black and white esque style to fit with my mask. So hopefully this upcoming season I could do that.
Okay. Cool. Now, have you ever heard about the monster mitts where you like can like hit the middle tips together? Have you seen those?
Are those like the sparking gloves?
Yeah, yeah, sparking gloves. I think
Yeah,
that'd be cool if you could use that in like a fence area. That'd be awesome.
that would be.
Because have you ever tried doing sliding? Because those people are crazy.
No, I haven't. I was stuck behind, like not stuck, but my main area was like this corner behind like a fridge or something in sector. Like I had to wait until the animatronic came off, and then like I would just chase people. Like I love chasing people. It was fun. That's something that Feel the Screams. Like I'm really inspired by their chainsaw actors. Like I love Feel the Screams and their chainsaw actors, but like I want to kind of rival them and make Reapers known for having chainsaw guys who will chase you until you stop running. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a friendly competition.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be hilarious if you could get the chainsaw guys from Field Screams when they go through the run away from you. That'd be funny.
That would.
That'd be funny.
I talked to one guy, Smokey from the Hayride, a lot,
Yeah.
and he helped me a lot for my first season. Like he,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, he like told me a few things about what to expect and stuff like that. He was just a good help. Made me feel more comfortable going into the season. So
That's
shout out to.
awesome. Yeah, shout out to Smokey. I went to the Christmas event and I saw Smokey out there scaring people. So
He's awesome.
yeah. So have you seen that people sometimes customize their chainsaw blades? They like put fake blood on and sometimes put their names on it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You ever thought of doing that with your chainsaw?
I'm pretty sure I'd have to get my own chainsaw because that's a Reaper's one.
Oh, okay.
But I would love to do that. I would love to have a full customized kit dedicated to my character. I feel like that would make him scarier, make me more immersed with the character. Just little things like that.
All right.
Definitely I'd love to do.
Now, have you seen the foam cover you can get from Gorgalore, where you can cover the bar with it so it looks like there's actual chain on it?
No, actually.
Yeah, Gorgalore has a fake chainsaw blade made out of foam, and they have it painted, and it looks like there's a chain on. You can just slip it on the blade.
Jeez.
So
That'd be scary.
yeah.
The thing is, most people in my area cannot see. Like it is
Oh, okay.
just fog. Like you'll see my white and black face just pop up out of the darkness, and you'll hear that sound everyone knows, and it'll just be fog everywhere. Some people don't know how to leave. Like they don't know where the doors are, so they'll leave the actor entrance. They'll run all the way to the actor entrance, and like there's not much I could do in that situation. It sucks, but it's awesome to scare people that bad.
So talking about people having trouble getting out, do you have to sometimes like scare people towards the door, like make sure they're actually going that way because you have to turn? Yeah.
Yeah, that we try to do. Me and the guy who run the animatronic, he tries to open the arms enough to where people can't run under them.
Okay.
And I will like sometimes I'll kick the door open for people who can't see or whatever. And sometimes people still won't know where to go after I open the door. Oh, come on. Like there was like 2 times this season when there was just like lines of 40 people just coming nonstop because there was groups held up,
Oh
and
no.
it was crazy. I was just running back and forth chasing people. Man,
Oh man. So obviously you had a lot of fun scare acting. And do you actually talk to people when you're coming after them, or are you just a silent scare actor?
I'd say silent about like 70 the time. There,
All
like
right.
if something to me, I'm witty enough to say something back and be a little bit more scary that way. Or like I forget this one thing. I just like screamed at someone, but like a very zombie sounding scream, and it freaked someone out. Chainsaw. Yeah.
Nice. Now
Silent.
you don't say fresh meat, do you? Because some haunts say fresh meat.
Nah, I don't say any of that stereotypical stuff. Like I feel like a lot of places you go will like say fresh meat and like I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna get you. Like it doesn't really have a scare factor anymore.
Yeah. So in all those actor clinics, how many did you end up doing the actor clinics for training?
I believe there was 3 or 4, and I did every single one.
Every single one. And did
Yeah.
you end up pairing with different people each time?
I think the final two was when we had groups. Like we would be in groups of like 4 or 5, like performing a skit together. Like we'd have one guy acting like a British something. I remember I was something that had to be British, and I could not do the act at all. It was so embarrassing. And like, yeah, it was just groups of people given different roles to perform skits for the last 2 classes.
Okay. Awesome. So obviously you had a lot of fun this last haunt season. You're definitely looking forward to the next one.
Oh
And
yeah.
have you guys gotten to go to any events or do any events together as a crew, like part of the Reapers family now?
Well, I had COVID at the time, but they either went to Penhurst or Eastern State Penitentiary together, and I definitely would have went to that. And I know every season there's more, but I didn't go due to COVID.
Okay. Now, did you get any like shirts or anything for working at Reapers? Like a sweatshirt or anything?
Uh, People who didn't miss a day got these exclusive shirts, so I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
unfortunately. Next season, I'm going for that.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Now, did you actually get to go through the show at least once, like for like a dress rehearsal or something?
I did go through once, like as I was not when I had COVID, but like it was like the last week of Reapers when I recovered. So I went on closing weekend one night just to see how it was again as a fan, because I all season I was missing that. Like so I had to see it at least once. So but I really enjoyed it. I felt like Pitch Black was terrifying.
Yes. Now, how did they do in the last scene without you there? How do you think they did?
TJ, the other guy who was running Chainsaw, like we would cycle. He did pretty good. Like he's a big dude. I'm a short dude, so it was like a 2 different sides of the spectrum. We would get different types of scares. I was able to hide easier and able to chase people far ways, and he just had like this crazy intimidation factor because how tall he is, and his dreadlocks are scary with his mask.
Awesome, awesome. So Josh has a crazy story he wants to talk about at Reapers now. Go ahead.
So it was like midway in the season. The chainsaw blade was like at an angle at the bottom where it connects. It was like slanted like that.
Yeah.
It caught on fire and caught me on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah, luckily no.
Jeez.
It was funny, but like scary at the same time because people were coming through, and I'm pretty sure they thought that was part of it because they were like, "Yo, that's so cool!" I just dropped the chainsaw and I put my hands up like this, and then I just walked out to go get my supervisor and be like, the chainsaw just caught on fire." Like all season, the chainsaws were giving me issues. Like a lot of the time, it wouldn't stay started.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to get my own chainsaw, and I will take care of it like a baby because I feel like that would help a lot. But yeah, that fire, it wasn't a crazy fire. It was just like little part of my jumpsuit caught on fire. I was able to put it out quick, but still terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It is funny that people thought it was part of it. It's like kind of like when Slipknot used to light themselves on fire on purpose.
Yeah. Someone asked my mask looks like Corey Taylor.
Yeah, like the old one with the dreadlocks. Yeah. Get those vibes, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah, that mask is pretty scary.
Yeah. Now, you said you work in a dark environment, obviously, but have you ever worked with like contacts or anything? Because I've never actually tried that.
Nope, but I would like to, but I feel like it'd be better if I was a hayride chainsaw actor because people could actually see my eyes that way.
Yeah, makes sense. Not to go through all the mess of having to put them in and take them out and everything.
Yeah, just for it not to be used essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I think those are better for like actors that do like the midway, where like everyone's getting a picture with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure.
All right. So, what are your biggest goals for the 2022 haunt season? What are your biggest goals you want to do scare wise and just for the year?
I want to chase someone to the fire pit. I don't want to miss a day unless like family emergency, blah blah blah, something like that. That'd be the only circumstance.
Yep.
Man, put me on the spot with this one because I know I have a bunch. I have a bunch, like hidden away. I would like to do a duo chainsaw scare with somebody, like
Oh,
two
nice.
different opposite sides of each other, like scaring someone into each other in a way. I feel like that could like make people go crazy. I remember it was the first time Pitch Black had a chainsaw actor a few years ago
Oh,
at
okay.
I was a little kid still, or like a preteen. So like knowing how big my fear of chainsaws is and was, I walked through not expecting chainsaws because I didn't think Pitch Black would ever have chainsaws because how scary it already is. The moment the chainsaw sparked, I flew in the air and just like, fell to the ground.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. Did you go through the rest of it or do you go through an emergency exit?
Oh no, like I didn't like have a panic attack or anything.
Okay.
It got me so good for like a minute or two. Like I was just there thinking to myself, like this can't be happening right now. Like this is my demise. Chainsaws.
Oh man.
If you're not subscribed to the Haunt Informer yet, please do so. He's been making videos for a long time now. I was one of his first subscribers. Consider him a friend in the haunt industry, and he just makes really good content.
Thank you very much. Definitely check out Josh at Reaper's Revenge in the future. Go and test your fate and see what happens to you because you might not survive. And that was the Haunt Informer. I hope you all enjoyed. Oh, nice. There's his mask. Watch out. Yeah. And that was the Haunt Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. Until next time, happy hauntings. Awesome.
Peace out.